Okay, we've got the Masako race car. Let's test drive this thing out. This is a Masako race car. It goes 112 miles an hour and it is $275,000. It's a two-seater. It goes brum brum very. Okay, I can't even keep a straight face. Now this car goes well. It brakes well, but it handles well. But I don't think this car's going to win you any races. So let's be serious here. We're not going to win any races with that. So for performance, no. Looks, yes. But yeah, overall, not a bad car. Let's move on to the next one. We've got the Akuma here. It is 121 miles an hour. It's $9,000, two-seater, removed vehicle, and I would not recommend it. Okay, this vehicle doesn't go as fast as the last car we test drove, so what's the point in really buying this one? Nah. And honestly, guys, I don't even like bikes that much, and we're going to test drive another one in just a second. So, let's see we get on to that now. This is the LCC in Veyton. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. It's a motorcycle, it's a two-seater, and it is 110 miles an hour, $92,000. Absolutely not worth it. I honestly just wouldn't recommend it. It is slower than the last two vehicles we just test drove, so that alone is enough of a reason to not buy it. And on the bright side, I'll give it credit where it's due. It can do a wheelie, so I guess that's good. But overall, I'm just going to say no. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, so all that the vehicle could do with taking corners a bit better, my friend, he would love this car because it's a convertible in GTA Online. This goes 120 miles an hour. It is a two-seater. It is $140,000. This car can brake well. It handles well, I guess, but it doesn't really turn well. I'll be honest. I feel like the turning could do a lot better with this car. So for that reason, I'm probably going to say no. But it's also not really a necessity. I don't think people actually need this car in particular. So I'm going to say no. But yeah, I'm going to say no. This is the Pista Comet. It is a two-seater. It is 119 miles an hour. It is $100,000. And I'm going to say no to performance because it won't win you any races. but this car does have a counterpart that kind of brings this car up to like a higher speed, which should be kind of matched with the first bike we test drove, and that is the Benny's variant. It gets upgraded to the Comet Retro Custom, and it has a two-seater. I'm not going to go over that car since it's not that important. I'll go over the Comet though. It is a two-seater. I think I've gone over all the main details about the car. This car can take corners well, brakes well, and handles well. So for looks, I'm going to say yes, but for performance, I'm going to say no, unfortunately. I do like the car, but I feel like this thing could do better in performance, I think. The Jester wide body ain't worth it, okay? This car isn't even faster than its counterpart, the Jester RR. Well, I'd consider this car more of a counterpart, but anyway, the car. I'm not going to make any jokes about it, but this one goes 118 miles an hour. It is $2,290,000, which is way too high considering for what you get. Nothing. But this is also a two-seater. It is got good turning, good braking, and good handling. But I would not recommend it. Not because it has no upgrades, but because this thing is only 118 miles an hour, making it the second slowest car we've test driven today. Let's move on to the next one. This is the Vossloch Hammer. I tried to pronounce it. I think I did a good job. Anyway, this is $1,790,000. This is 122 miles per hour. And I actually would say yes. This thing also has drift capabilities. It's a four-seater. It's a sedan, and I realize I haven't been going over the class of cars, so I'll try to continue that trend now. It's got good handling, good braking, and good turning, but the vehicle is actually not too bad on speed. Like I said, it was 122 miles an hour. That's not too bad for a car that's in the sedan class. So, if you got it for free when this car was available, well, you got a good car, I guess. But I guess this is also not a priority. I don't think it's the fastest one. I think it's up there, but I don't think it's close, I guess. I mean, this is I guess this is good. I'm gonna say yes to this car. I think this car is absolutely worth it. Let's move on. Okay, this is the Caracara 4x4. It is $875,000. It is 103 miles per hour. I'm gonna say no in terms of speed and performance and stuff, because obviously it's not there. I will say that it does take corners well and brakes well and handles well. That side of it's fine. It's just the fact that it's a little bit on the slow end. Is like it's only just barely reaching over 100 miles an hour. So I'm gonna say no to the performance, but for the looks, I actually really like the look of this thing. So I'm gonna say yes to the looks as well. It's a four-seater as well, in case I haven't said, and it's off-road class. So let's move on to the next one. I almost forgot to mention, this is the prize right this week as well. You got to place top 5 of the Alice Car Meet series for 2 days in a row, which is actually a pretty easy challenge for a vehicle like this. So definitely doable. For a free car you could get for just doing 2 races, it's actually not that hard. I'd say go for it for looks. And another thing is, I imagine this car would actually be pretty good off road. I don't think it'll be able to take steep mountain range, but I think it would be able to take like basic corners and stuff on dirt roads and stuff like that. I don't think this vehicle will have any trouble there. Okay, I'm not even going to waste your time trying to get back onto the bike and testing this thing out. This is the Hexa, and as you can clearly see, it's very easy to fall off of. So, or maybe that's just my driving. But the point is, that goes 104 miles an hour. It is $15,000. Seriously, do not buy it. I feel like you can probably find it on the streets or something. No, I'm kidding. You probably can't find this on the streets. But I would not recommend it anyway. It's not even that fast. It's like only 1 mile faster than the Caracara. Okay, this is the Valier, and I'm also going to mention this right now before I forget to say. None of these cars Rockstar are offering are going to win you any races, and I'm gonna bet on that. I don't think any of these cars are gonna win you any races. So you're mostly buying them for their looks, okay? So the Valier, it goes 122 miles an hour, which makes it the fastest sports car I think we've test driven. It's obviously a sports car. It's $695,000, a 2-seater, and it takes corners well, brakes well, and handles well. I personally don't hate the looks of this thing at all. I actually kind of like the looks of the Valier. It has no special features, unfortunately, so I guess you're mostly buying this car for its looks. I cannot say much more. I'm gonna say go for it because I actually like the look of it, but this car's subjective, and yeah, you're not gonna win any races for this, so yeah. This is the Deviant. It is 108 miles an hour, $512,000, 2-seater, and I think it could do better on turning. The handling is alright, and the braking is alright, and I actually really like the look of this thing. Okay, so for looks, I'm gonna say go for it, but in terms of performance and upgradability, I don't know how much about the upgradability, but just looks alone. It looks pretty good. So I'm going to say no. I bet you thought I was going to say yes because of the looks, but this car ain't going to win you any races, so I'm probably going to say no. But I would say yes in terms of like looks and stuff. And like I said earlier on, none of these cars you're going to buy because of their performance, because they all won't win you any races. So let's just move on to the next one. I was kind of skeptical at first about its ability to turn, but this is the Corsetta. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. But this is actually 131 miles an hour, which is honestly I think it's like the second or third fastest car in the sports category. So I'm already going to say yes. I think the Banshee GTS is the fastest. Anyway, the point is, $1,795,000. It is 131 miles an hour. I know I just said that, but it's also a two-seater. Believe it or not, I actually won this car from the podium vehicle, and that's where you can find this vehicle this week. It's the podium vehicle. So I'm going to say go spin the wheel to win this car, but yeah, I also would say go get it because it actually looks really nice too. So I can imagine this car would have some decent upgrades. So the cost, I'm not even going to bother pronouncing it, but still, I think this car looks well, it performs well, it handles well. So I'm going to say yes to this car. Definitely go for this car. It's not a bad car, and it's pretty expensive, so it's definitely worth it. Okay. So that's the end of the video, testing the test rides. If you guys enjoyed this video, subscribe to the channel. We'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.